What's going on, Sagittarius? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to your collective Sagittarius message. I most definitely hope that you are feeling all right in this moment, and if not, I am sending you all of the good energy and the positive vibes that you may need. Your Sagittarius messages are dropped on Mondays, and then elemental messages are dropped on Fridays. So if that is something that you are interested in keeping up with, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you will not miss out on the gems, the tips, the good energy and positive vibes that we be sharing in this space, okay? And it also helps the channel grow. So I would most definitely appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Make sure you subscribe. These are collective messages, so do keep that in mind. They may or may not resonate with you. However, if at any time you feel like you need more guidance, support, assistance, clarification, confirmation with your personal energy, don't hesitate to click the link in the description area and book your one-on-one session or service, okay? Thank you. Let's go ahead and get into your message, though. All thanks and praise to the Most High. Can you give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you give me the words to be able to articulate this message for Sagittarius as best as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ashe. Talk about thankful and grateful. That was quite a few. Goodness gracious. We'll take all of those first real quick. Just to see what's going on here. This is, listen, all y'all fire signs, okay? All the fire signs starting off with like a very, very, very similar energy. But it's for different reasons though. Like, it's for different reasons. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. My bad. Okay. Starting off the reading, you got the Ace of Discs in reverse. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is probably the same exact card that Aries got. And then Leo had a new beginning kind of card too. But this is the Resistance, and I believe Aries had this exact card in the same position as the first card that came out. But whatever, this is y'all reading. So, Sagittarius, there is a new beginning. Like, you're on the brink of a new beginning. It's there. The new beginning is like right there. But you're resistant for some reason. We'll get into it, I guess. But it's showing some resistance to you allowing this new beginning to take place. Following that Ace of Discs in reverse, you got the Princess of Discs in reverse as well. So it's giving like you're not allowing this new beginning to take place or to present itself because you're not really like focused on the present moment, okay? Again, this is the Princess of Discs. You are not focused on the present moment. So where your mind at? Or what you thinking about? Like, what you got going on? Let the past be the past, and you don't have to dive so deep into the future to where you're losing sight of where you actually are right now. And that's the best way that I could show up, or the best way that I could speak up about that energy. Whatever's in the past, you've learned something from it already. So now it's like you have to release certain attachments to what you have from your past. And it's not saying that it's like dismissing certain things that happen or any of your experiences, but most definitely if it's like putting you in a place of resentment, guilt, shame, anxiety, depression, like certain things, right, that you know you'd rather not feel, it's okay to let it go. Right? We're moving forward and we're wanting to make a change for the better, okay? Especially with this Fortune card here. But it is in reverse. So we want to make a change for the better. We don't want to keep on like going, you know, in this same cycle over and over that's not really, whether it's lucrative or conducive, whichever one, which is not really playing a part, like a good part for us, right? Now it's with this Ace of Wands showing up, it's like, okay, we got to do something different. And you know what this thing is. Like, you know what this is. Ain't no doubt in my mind that you know exactly what you need to do. When it comes to this given energy, you know what you need to do. It's just like some Whether it's the fear behind it, whether you like it's something that you're wondering or worrying about, and you're thinking again too far off into the future, whether it's about the past, but I could definitely feel now you're thinking way off too far into the future, instead of you just really trusting the process. Okay? Instead of you just really trusting the process. It's almost like these vices, or this vice, it might not be these, it might just be this one. It's something that's like pleasing to your flesh, but not pleasing to your spirit type of thing. And I feel like this is what it is. It falls right under that fortune in reverse in the Ace of Wands, right? So it's like you keep on going back into doing the things that you're saying that you're not going to do, but you keep, whether it's, no, it's doing because it's action card. You keep on falling back into like old ways and old habits and things of that nature, whether it's on the surface or whether it's essentially, right? You can be thinking like, oh, well, I'm not doing these same things with this person. So it's not the person that you got to wonder, it's the way that you move in that actually matters, if that makes sense. So you can be thinking that you done overcame because you're not doing certain things with a certain person, but if you're still doing those same things or similar things with somebody else, then that still gives the reason to say that you keep on falling back into what you used to. You understand what I'm explaining? So you want to be real mindful of that. Be really mindful of that. Let me move those down. Spirit, is there anything out of this deck that we still need for Sagittarius? Because they be trying to fall on the floor, and I don't be ready to go get them. I don't be wanting to go get them. Also, you got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups in reverse that comes out. It's still... And now this is the energy that goes into thinking in the past, right? Because that 10 of Swords is like you're pulling these thoughts from the past into your present moment. Listen, when I'm for real, what has happened in the past, it's in the past. Although you may experience something similar, you will never experience the exact same thing that has already happened once. Never does something happen the same exact way twice. It can be very similar. It can trigger you and make you feel like this is happening again, or this is what happened to me last time, but it's never the exact same. So you want to look at it for what it actually is, opposed to what you are connecting it with, if I could say it that way. Because those past thoughts are the thing that is keeping you from being able to experience the emotional fulfillment that you seek or that you desire to experience. These things, like, it's a choice to allow yourself to feel this way based on what you're thinking, right? Your thoughts are that's where it starts. It'd be like your thoughts, and then from your thoughts it becomes a feeling. So if you're not feeling what you want to feel, and I guess it's a process, like a little framework or whatever, but if you're not feeling what you want to feel, you gotta go figure out like what's the thought behind it. And when you get to the thought, you can even go back to like what's the circumstance, like what's happening, and based on what's happening, what am I thinking? Okay, because what I'm thinking is making me feel some type of way, which is making me react or respond in a certain type of way, which then puts me in this position to get whatever results I'm getting, whether I like them or not. Does that make sense? And I know this is some stuff that you probably already know, but sometimes I guess you might need to just hear it again. I don't know. Spirit, is there anything else in this deck for Sagittarius? You know their hearts, you know their situations. Can you please give us the cards that they need in order for this message to be received as good as possible? We'll do 2 more and see if anything comes out before we go into the next deck. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We definitely appreciate this message. Can we get any cards out of this deck that can assist with this reading for Sagittarius? Thank you. Okay, so we got gratitude, we have acceptance, and then we got despondence. Being thankful and being grateful, right? Like just showing gratitude. And sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes it gets complicated because it'd be like, this shit is all messed up. Like, why would I be thankful? How can I be thankful for this? But if you really take a step back and then you allow things to just flow, right? Like you go with the flow and keep your eyes open and keep your mind open to what's actually happening for you instead of, taking it in, I guess, this victim like mentality to say like, this is happening to me. It can assist you more, for one. A lot of it, though, I feel like a lot of the reason why you don't express as much gratitude as you possibly could is because you're not willing to really accept things for what they are, right? Especially with this acceptance card coming up. It's like you're not accepting whether it's people for who they are, you're not accepting situations and circumstances, and a lot of that comes from having certain expectations, right? A lot of times people they be thinking that I be saying like, oh, you're not supposed to have expectations. And I mean, I guess I am saying that, right? But to me, you should always have requirements, because if you're expecting something of somebody and then they're not in alignment with where you are or your thoughts, you really do set yourself up for disappointment. Now, if you call those said expectations, ouch, if you call those expectations requirements, and when you recognize that a person does not deliver or is not in alignment within this energy, now you can decide like, oh, okay, well, that's a requirement of mine and I'm not okay with moving forward without this, or, like a boundary, like it's you setting boundaries for yourself. So accept people for who they are instead of wanting to change them into who you want them to be. Accept situations for what they are or what they seem to be on the surface, and then you decide how you want to move or what you're going to do moving forward. There are some things that you have done and you really ain't have no understanding as to like why certain things are happening or why you having to move a certain way, but it's all getting you ready for what you asked for on the heart/soul level, right? Like your heart desire, it's getting you ready because it's there, right? Now it's like, okay, now I got to prepare you in order for us to link, in order for us to meet up. Like you have to be in alignment with the desires of your heart in order for you to be able to run into them or attract them to you, if you want to say it that way. So you got to open yourself up to this new beginning. Like you have to. That is crazy that all y'all fire signs got like a new beginning type of message. But again, it's just different reasons. Spirit, is there anything else in this deck that we need to present to Sagittarius? Thank you. That card says completion. So it really gives the energy of, again, allowing things to be done, accepting situations for what they are. So something may recently be over or something may be in the process of becoming over for you. Allow it to happen, because again, you may not understand why it's happening in this very moment, but I can promise you that it's doing what it needs to do with and or for you. And that goes back into accepting things for what they are instead of holding on to the expectation of what you thought they were supposed to be, in a sense. The card complacency just came out. Okay, see, you just allowing yourself to sit in almost like, oh, my foot, sorry. You're allowing yourself to sit in like a rut, right? Like constantly replaying the things that happened in the past, or again, what you expect them to be in the future. And that would make you feel some type of way. And then now you're just, like I said, you're kind of like stuck in this rut, or not, it don't even have to be a rut. You're just not really feeling like your normal self, like your self, or how you feel like self's supposed to feel. It just ain't giving that energy right now. Last one. Okay. And then let's go into this self-love affirmation deck real quick, and then we'll be done after that. Spirit, what is the message that you have for Sagittarius within this deck? Can you give us a card to close out this reading? Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all. Did you subscribe to the channel already? If you haven't, go ahead and take the time to do so. Feel free to leave me a comment. Thank you. I am doing everything I can to make my goals and dreams happen. But are you really? Right? This is an affirmation. But make sure that you are. I am doing everything I can to make my goals and dreams happen. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Somebody recently had this card, and I don't remember who it was. I wonder if it was y'all again. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Okay? So yeah, you got to put in the work, right? Not necessarily be so focused on what has happened in the past or what you felt like was supposed to happen in the future. Focus on what's going on right now so that you can understand what work you need to put in, what actions you need to take. Because faith without works is dead. So what actions do you need to take, to either build your trust or build your faith, to knowing that you have what it takes to overcome going back into what you were used to, or back into, going back into the things that you were doing before, when you know that it's like, nah, it's not it. Like, it's not it. Like, this ain't it. But you then keep on allowing yourself to get, to go back, like, to dibble and dab. Dibble and dab, dibble and dab. So yeah, that is the message that I have for y'all right now, Sagittarius. And I definitely hope that it has assisted you, brought you some type of confirmation, clarification, has assisted you in some type of way. And with that being said, I will see you next time. Peace.